Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Thuan and I'm an aspiring software developer. As you can see on my screen right here, today's video is about p5.js or p5 JavaScript, and it's an introduction video on what I think is the most well-rounded JavaScript library there is out there, and the ability for you to go beyond just creative coding or doing anything creative at the basic level would be to use p5.js. Samahan. My girlfriend's Sri Lankan, so she makes me the samahan for me to drink at 8 p.m. on a Tuesday night, and while I was recording this video. So let's get started. What is p5.js and what can it be used for? Well, p5.js, like I said in the beginning, it's a JavaScript library, and it was created with a focus on making coding accessible for pretty much anyone. It's free and open source, which means that you are able to utilize the different libraries and the different offerings that p5.js has for you to be able to code and to program whatever you want to program. So how do you get it to download and to get started on p5.js? Well, as you can see on my screen, you have you go to p5js.org /download, and you have these different download options, the editor, the different single files. But for me, I've been coding with p5.js for about nearly a year now, and I would highly recommend that you download the p5.js complete version, which offers just beyond the scope of p5.js, and it has the sound options and an example project for you to get started. Why I really recommend downloading the complete library is the sound option, where you're able to, say for example, if you were to make a game, you'll be able to incorporate the different sound that you find on the internet and put it into your game, which I think it's amazing. So now that you have downloaded the complete library, you would be able to see a zip file. You can go ahead and open that zip file. Trust me, it's not any internet viruses or anything that will corrupt your computer. Just open that zip file and you'll be able to see, well, not episode 3, but you'll be able to see the add-ons, the empty example, and the other JavaScript file that p5.js has in the complete library. The thing is, when you download p5.js and you were to use VS Code, for example, as your code editor, like I said in my IDE video, the previous one that builds up to this video, I would highly recommend that you were to download Live Server. Now, what Live Server does is you can create a HTML file and include the JS script in here, and then you will be able to launch it with a Live Server, and there you go. That's your p5.js. And every time that you want to launch or test your program, you'll be able to do that instantly with Live Server, the extension on VS Code, which is why I highly recommend that you use VS Code. And if you're the creator of VS Code, that is watching this video, applaud. I love your code editor, and please sponsor me. I'm kidding, but Now that you've downloaded p5.js and has successfully launched a live server based on your HTML file with your script, your p5.js script in here, well, where do you go next? Say that you opened up a sketch.js file on p5.js, right? And you would see these functions, and you would notice that p5.js would utilize the different functions, and they have a very good intention for doing this. See, the main functions in p5.js are setup, draw, or having your own custom functions. I've used setup and draw almost every single time when I create a program in p5.js. And I would also have my own different custom functions. What setup does is that you would normally create your canvas, which is this right here. And then in your draw function is where you would normally draw out your program or include any other custom functions that you might have. Also, when you're learning a new language, the logic of the different languages are relatively similar. However, the syntaxes can be different. I've studied a few programming or markup languages, and I personally enjoy the TypeScript syntax, in which you can check out that TypeScript series and find out why I like that TypeScript syntax. But for the JavaScript syntax, you've got your if statement, you've got your inputs, so that can be used for your mouse, your keyboard, your keys, or your key code, your for loops. You've also got your arrays where you can create variables that hold multiple values. You've also got your classes in here and your libraries, which includes the p5 sound. For this JavaScript series, I'll be showing you guys on how to approach p5.js and show some examples. And should you ever want to find out more about the different elements of p5.js, including its syntaxes, specifically for JavaScript, you guys can always reach out to further resources like I am right now. So for example, when I first started learning p5.js, I would use Happy Coding, and I would also use a reference site for p5.js, where you can always find what certain elements or components of p5.js are. But yeah, until the next Python video, stay safe everybody, and I'll see you guys really soon. Bye.